Hi guys! Hello!
How you guys doing?
We're not on the train tracks.
No, we're not on the train tracks.
But we are off-site.
All we want to get is a little bit closer.
Weird. Hello everyone. We are coming to you from day 4 at the Australian Open. This is Courtney. That's Ben. Yeah, so last night was a long night for both involved. When did you leave, Ben?
Like 6. I know someone from TA got in at 6 a.m. to like open the room, and I was like, wow, I did not do this right.
No, I mean, it was already bad when there were vacuums.
She came in her running gear, like she had run to work and was being a go-getter starting her morning, and I was like, I am so dead inside right now. I'm doing things wrong. This is bad. Bad. Yeah, so I left a little bit before. I left at 5:30, and the reason why we're doing this Periscope before the end of play, we still have Pliskova and Gergis on court right now, is because Courtney got go sleeps. Yeah, so we're going to both sleep eventually.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'll put up the day 4 episode before I do that, but that should not take long. Fun episode.
Yeah.
I hope things happened late in Hewitt last day today. And we're also doing a bunch on one of the funnest, I think, of the many breakout women in the tour. I think it's debatable, but for my pick for funnest, and I know you're a big fan of all the Russians, but I'm going to go with Naomi Osaka, who's just cool.
Yeah, cool. Exactly. So we're going to get a lot of Naomi Osaka chat on today's episode of NCR, so definitely tune into that when that goes up. We're very excited about that. We're very excited about Naomi Osaka being a thing. I'm looking forward to everybody getting to see her play Vika on Friday, so that should be really fun. So if you guys have any questions, we thought that we would actually walk you through what our kind of days look like. Like, I guess, in other words, I think last night when we were sending out those tweets that it was so late, I think it probably confuses people why exactly we're up at 6 o'clock in the morning still. So Ben, what did your day look like today?
Well, part of why I was up so late was I'm working on a top secret NCR project.
There you go.
So that'll be coming out during the tournament. I was trying to get it all done for yesterday's daily episode, and I was like, you know what? This is going to take at least like 2 more hours to do correctly, so let's not. Let's save it.
Sure.
And but I was doing I've been doing a lot of stories for the Times here.
But like today, for example, what time did you roll in? What does your day look like as a New York Times reporter?
Today was not a typical day, but basically, I got in. I had set up a one-on-one with Osaka before I got to site, because she had already started her match before I got to site, but I got here during her match and saw the end and set up a one-on-one with her remotely via email and had that to go to. And then, went to her press conference, talked to her. She was cool. That story's coming up on the New York Times site, too, in addition to everything you heard from her. You'll hear from her in the episode. And then I did, and then secondly, once Verdasco lost, this New York Times crew here was tossing around the stat about the Rafa curse, which is where the last 8 guys to beat Rafa, upset Rafa in a slam. So in order they are Rosol, like Darcy, you guys know who they are, but Berdych, Kyrgios, Brown, Wawrinka's in there, Berdych, I already said Berdych maybe, and now Verdasco, they've all lost their next match. So just looking a little bit briefly why that is. So that was an unexpected addition to workload, but it was fun. And so then did the Osaka story, corralled Courtney to do a couple interviews for this episode. We're going to have Will Swanton, who's a reporter for The Australian, on to talk about
that Leighton guy?
The Leighton, and we'll have some Leighton audio. It's going to be fun. So I'll go in here after this and put that all together, and hopefully it'll be out in like 90 minutes. Let's hope.
Let's hope. Yeah. My day started around 1 o'clock. It was kind of the same thing. I was intentionally sleeping in after last night's late match. Young Russian Lady Watch, Putintseva Gasparian, exactly. I know. I rolled in around 1 o'clock as the minute that I saw that Naomi Osaka was looking like she was going to pull off the Svitolina win. So came in, kind of ran around, did some press stuff, worked up some stories. I have a Kazatkina one-on-one, speaking of Young Russian Lady Watch. Young Russian Lady Watch. So that's going up on the WTA website today. Also a quick piece on Naomi Osaka, something on the Russian Revolution, that sort of stuff. Watched a lot of the tennis. My main thing is just making sure I run to press conferences. Ran into Laura Siegemund's, press conference, which is always awkward because the German press corps, they're very nice, but they're also very protective of their time. And so if you go in there with your English questions, they start getting very exasperated.
Not as bad as the French, I will say.
No, the French are worse.
French are worse.
The French are worse about that.
Love you guys.
Love you all, but we're all trying to do our things. So so Laura Siegemund was the one who was very excited about what she was doing.
A bunch of Germans through the third round, actually.
Yeah,
Annika Beck got through against the injured Baczynski. Yulia Gerges is still playing. Kerber got through today. So pretty good tournament for Germany, good tournament for Russia. US did okay, nothing spectacular.
And a good tournament for Japan, really, honestly. So in all, Axis Powers doing good.
Axis Powers.
No.
Italy didn't have a good tournament.
No, Italy did not. Italy did not. But Axis-ish, some
Austria didn't have a good
Axels.
tournament.
Okay.
I'm analyzing the Axis thing too much, but it was a weird comment.
What about Sock?
Was he unwell? Jack Sock has had a lot of things going on lately. I saw Joey Hanf, Tennis Nerds, tweet out a description of it with a link to the erotic press conference where he talks about Djokovic having bird flu and SARS and a common cold at the end, which always my favorite part. And so Jack's had a lot going on, and that's not his fault, obviously, that he's become a poster child for malaise in the past few days. But yeah, he wasn't great, and Rosol's not a bad player, so losing to Rosol in straight, so you can do worse. And I think there were 2 tie breaks in the first 2 sets, maybe. So yeah, not a bad loss for Jack Sock, all things considered. He probably should have lost to Taylor Harry Fritz in the first round. So
fair.
So
So that was Jack Sock. I saw a question there on Sabina Lisicki. What's her deal? Depends on who you ask. Basically, she says she's training hard and doing everything that she can. I think that there are probably some people who doubt that she's not working as hard as that she's supposed to be. I'm just saying.
Cakes.
Maybe she was disappointed that her ace record was broken. I don't know, but yeah, she took a loss today. But we all know with Sabine that any given tournament she can get hot, and
any given grass court tournament.
Any given grass court, exactly. Do y'all know about Sarah Tomic? Of course.
Sarah Tomic has been around for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
She's been juniors, and obviously the name attracted attention pretty quickly. Bernie's still playing, right?
Bernie's playing. Ben, in honor of Bernie, there's a request for your Aussie accent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a treat for everybody. Yeah, so Bernie doesn't really have an Aussie accent, does he? It sounds like a bit from all over the place. Really? Sometimes a bit Croatian, sometimes a bit Spain. He sounds like a bit like he's trying to be, that guy with the Colombian coffee. I forget his name.
Juan Valdez?
Juan Valdez, a bit of a Juan Valdez voice, and so Benny's a bit all over the place, and so is my accent a bit, and that's about it. Yeah.
Cool. That was pretty good, actually. That was one of the better goes. Any thoughts about Anna Kournikova? Okay.
Yeah, Grigor put on sleeves.
Grigor put on sleeves.
Sorry, that was a Kournikova joke. But yeah, Kournikova underrated. I think
we're actually talking about Anna Kournikova the other day. I think you and I just about how she's totally underrated as a tennis player because we were talking about Grigor. So
she was a punchline.
Lots of Kournikova talk on the last episode, I think.
Yeah, we did some talk about her, and I wrote a paper about Kournikova when I was in college. Probably my first ever tennis writing. It was an argumentative writing class, and we had to pick something that was like a common misconception. And my misconception was that Kournikova was terrible. That's the conception.
That is a conception, and you missed it.
And I refuted it.
Yeah.
And so
that's fair.
And so my teacher had never heard of her, but I sent it. Then he was kind of pervy, so I sent him a bunch of photos, and I got a good grade. And that's how I became a tennis writer.
And that's how it happens.
That's how
it happens. It's all
what
that
Google
sort of
Images
stuff.
search is to forward on.
Let's see here. Young Russian Lady Watch is Kournikova. Well, okay, fair enough. I'm coming from a purely analytical way.
Ever win a slam? Why is she losing so much?
Yes. Well, okay, slam. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Can't say no. Do I think that she'll be back in the top 10 at some point? Sure, absolutely. I think she's too good not to be. But I think that mentally there's things are not clear in her head with exactly what she wants to do with her game. And as she's kind of floundering in the last 18 months or so, not 18 months, but last month or 12 months, sorry, the field's getting better. And, the first round matches are not going to be easy anymore. Not that they were ever before. But it's going to get tougher and tougher. We're seeing this tournament be one that does kind of show the depth. As Aga Radwanska said, you play the player, not the ranking, because the rankings are completely deceptive at this point in terms of how good each player is on any given day. So, yeah, we'll see with Caroline.
We'll pretty much see. We got a couple questions through the night about Zhang Shuai. She won again.
Yes.
And she was a breakout star of NCR episode 2,
Yes.
of day 2 episode. And I heard a couple people were tweeting they were like getting teary-eyed just listening to Zhang Shuai. We haven't had that many tearjerker episodes of NCR. We've had a couple.
A couple? Really?
Yeah, I think people like sound like the Bartoli show, maybe. I feel that got emo.
It got emo. Okay, yeah, it got emo.
I feel
It
like
got
there was
emo.
others, but yeah, that was definitely one of them. She brings the feels, Zhang Shuai, and she's now 1-0 career.
Yeah.
Slam second round.
Nice stat here. Average age of remaining women's field is 24.
That's young. That's very young compared to most of it.
That's Jack Bauer action.
Speaking of
right
Madison,
there.
Courtney, you watched that match?
I did. Madison was actually impressive. She went 3 sets today against Shvedova. She won in straight sets in the first round, but had a tough first set that she had to be pretty clutch on. So I've been impressed by how clutch she's been when, she's been in tough situations. She's been able to pull them through. So, and I will just give a quick shout out. I did an interview with Scott Burns, who is her current fitness coach, also fitness coach to Anna Ivanovic when she won the French Open, Marie Sharapova, Victoria Azarenka, Eugenie Bouchard, obviously last year. Very interesting stuff, just about what it's like to be a fitness coach on the WTA Tour and how different it is to work on women's bodies as opposed to guys, and the specific things that tennis players have to be particularly mindful of. So give it a read. I thought it was good. I enjoyed talking to him. It was cool. He's a cool guy.
Let's take like 3 more questions here.
Okay.
Levchenko is a good shot to get to the quarters. I totally agree. That
Agreed.
quarter is open.
Quarter's a bust.
Levchenko or Konta or Pliskova, if she wins tonight, I think can get there. Or Ivanovic, I don't really see Ivanovic making, like she makes semi. The whole quarter is open. Keys is in there. Keys Ivanovic is a good third round. How many forehand winners in Keys Ivanovic, Courtney? Over, under? What would you say?
I'm sorry, what?
Combined forehand winners in Keys Ivanovic.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with 34.
I was going to go 30. So 30,
Okay.
34 is
Yeah.
a good bet. Good bet.
Yeah.
Will you be at Miami? She will.
I will. Don't know if Ben's
I'm
going.
not sure.
But
At least
I
one
will
of us
be
will
there.
be in Miami.
Yeah.
And one last question, let's do. Who we got? Next one to pop up. Anybody.
Wade
Everybody
Bueller.
went really silent.
Bueller.
Oh, Flyers versus Penguins tomorrow morning. That's for me. Yes, they are playing. The Flyers are like teetering. They're so frustrating because they can't decide if they want to be relevant or not. And it makes me really sad because they're a waste of time when they're not relevant. And I get so emotionally invested. I kind of convinced myself that I'm going to die without them ever winning a title. And I say that, and people are like, that's really morbid. It's like, no, I plan on living a long time. They're just not going to win.
Okay. That's sad.
It's dark.
That's
No,
dark.
it is dark.
It got emo. Are you guys crying? Are you crying
times.
Flyers tears?
Yeah.
Philly Flyers tears?
Probably not many.
Yeah, well.
Murray was amazing. He beat Sam Groff. He bagel and breadstick Sam Groff. That's more about Sam Groff. He should be able to hold serve.
Favorite agent in tennis?
No comment.
I think we're going to have to keep that one quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Business secrets,
So with that, we will keep nothing else secret tonight just because we're leaving. See the people walking out behind us? You see the stream of people constantly? These are all tennis folks, and they're leaving.
Oh, and we'll show you that. We'll show you this too. That's the actual tram that never. Oh no, that's the train, but that is the tram stop.
Yeah, the tram stop is still active.
That is yeah, exactly, because it's relatively
normally
early.
abandoned when we're doing this. So we got out of here early tonight.
We did. So that's back towards the hotels where we normally walk to get to. Skyline and whatnot.
And there's the gate.
And here's the gates.
You can't really see, but that's a screen showing Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie is playing there.
Open for action.
Ish.
They have Get Caught Up around here because it's really corny.
Get Caught Up.
Yeah.
And then official merchandise that you cannot buy. Yeah. So there you go. All right, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, byes.